Okay, sounds good.
There we go. Okay. All right,
Okay,
everybody. So I
thank
think
you.
we are ready to go. Thank you so much, Sam. And we are ready to listen to Dr. Mary Jo about phonics. I hope you guys did your preparations because we are learning so much, isn't it? And remember, like Sam said, take it bite sizes. You don't have to know everything at once. And use this coming holiday to really dig into some of these things that you can prepare yourself well for after this holiday season. All right, let's start with our video. Um, Let me just do that. Okay.
And once you have the book in your hands, which will be very helpful to you, I'm sure. So anyway, I'm glad to be back with you today, and we're going to look at some activities today, something you can really get the students involved and engaged in. So the application routines that are in the book really are about taking something that they've just learned and applying the knowledge. So they really need those experiences, not only of learning something, but then how to apply it and actually use it. The 6 routines are going to make the work predictable. So you can content change everything. Let's say one time I'm doing vowels, another time consonants, another time syllables, but the students know when they get this particular routine exactly what to do, and they're just doing it with different words or sounds or letters and sounds together. The idea of the routines is it makes the knowledge conceptual, not just procedural. And what I mean by that, if we're giving students sounds to learn and we want them to apply it to a lot of other words, that's conceptual. They understand the concept of, let's say, long A. But if I just give them some words to memorize, they're doing the procedure of remembering the letters in the sequence they the concept of that. So we're going to really take this new learning and apply it in some really fun ways. So in the Phonics Handbook, the routines are build it, find it, sort it, remember it, match it, unscramble it. So let's look first at what we're going to use to complete these routines or to give them a try in our classroom. We're going to look at the English onsets and rhymes. And if you remember me talking about that the last time, researchers Wiley and Durrell found that there are these rhyme families, and there's the box of those. This box is also in the Phonics Handbook, but there's 37 of them that they said, if you take those phonograms and you add the onsets, and the onset was a consonant or consonants, you can make over 500 primary words. And there's that conceptual knowledge. If I know "ak," I can write sock, clock, block, and so on. So that conceptual knowledge of "ak" carries over to many other words. And I can use that both for my reading and for my writing. So if I know sock, S-O-C-K, and I see C-L, O-C-K. I know "ak." I can sound out the C-L and come up with clock. So we're going to look at some activities with these so that the students get some practice applying this knowledge. And this is just an example. Here are the "ak" and "am" words. So we have back, hack, jack, lack, so on and so on. So that first column are the fairly easier words. Middle column gets a little more complicated, and the third column are a little more challenging. The point of looking at this is you can see where "ak" appears in so many words, not just the simple words like back and pack and rack, but also words like packet and tackle. The same with "am," bam, ham, we got clam, cram, more complex, bamboo, camp. So you can see the application of learning these rhymes, these word families, or phonograms, whichever way you want to remember them. This was Build It. I showed this to you before. This was Violet. I gave her the rhyme family AY, and I gave her lots of other letters and combinations of letters, and she had to decide whether or not those would actually make a word, and then she was writing them on the paper. You can see this is very low cost. I just took magic marker and squares of paper, and away we went. And this could be done buddies together. They could be talking. Oh, if you listen in on conversations when buddies are going, hey, wait a minute, there's a D with the AY, we can make day. Those kind of conversations lets you into their thinking. This is another Build It where, if you remember, I talked about the able and able endings last time. Well, I can give you some parts of words, and then I can give you the able or able ending, and you can build the word with the correct able or able. So cred needs able. Remember, it's a root. Depend needs able because depend is a word. So when we add that ending, it's able. And we could have the students build those words. Another Build It is here with Gavin is writing from some word families. You can see over there he's got aim and ice. And then he's got some single letters, and he's going to try to decide which words could be made with the letters that are off to the side. So he's got an N at the side. He could make name. He could make nice. But the OAT rhyme, he can't make note. So it's making them think about what words could be built using the parts and combinations of the rhymes that I give them. The next one was Find It. And to begin, we can just give students or a pair of students a single letter or letters of the alphabet and say, what letter do you have? And they can share it and talk about it. And then can you find a match somewhere in the room? And do you know what sound that letter makes? Pretty soon I'm going to have them find it for some particular words, or maybe those rhyme families. Can you find words that have sh, the beginning sound, and maybe then a rhyme like AME. So they're looking through a book and trying to find those words, those rhyme family words. Another activity then is the sort it. And there's lots of ways to do sort it. We can simply do sorting with pictures. And there's so many useful pictures. You can get old coloring books. You can get these offline. These are all pictures that start with P or B, and the students are supposed to separate them out on how the word starts. So they see baby, they see ball, they see pizza. So they're going to have to separate those separately from bus and some of the other bat and boy, some of the other words that start with B. We could also sort in this vowel sound. I give them help with cat or cake. So we're doing the vowel sound of A. It's either short A or long A. And in this particular one, I've also given them images as a support. So here's the word cap. There's a picture of a cap. So it would be sorted with the picture of the cat. The tape would be sorted with the picture of the cake because it's the long A. Here I've asked Violet to sort words with the OR or AR in them. So she has corn, she has a horse, she has AR words like star and jar and car. And so she has the two sounds AR and OR, which are very different. And I've asked her just to take pictures, think of the word. She doesn't have to even have the print. In fact, it's best not to have the print because she has to listen to the word and sort it if it's an AR or OR word. This is a upper level one, and Gavin is sorting for me how the ending has been added to a word. So we talked about talking. We simply add the ing, helping, jumping, but hugging, stepping, dropping, we double the letter so that the ing ending doesn't mark the vowel long. And in baking, we drop the E. In dancing, we drop the E. So he's going to sort all of these and show me he knows how these ing endings were added to the base word. The next one is called Remember It. And this is just a matching game. They are matching words that are identical. So they both are looking, Gavin has in front of him the two words bait and slay. These were long A words. Avery's playing with him. She'll turn two cards over. If they match, she gets to keep them. If not, they go back over and he tries to match. One of the things as a support you can do is do the two words that match in different colors. So I'll have a set of words that are yellow and a set of words that are blue. And the students know they have to match a yellow and a blue. So when they flip them over, that's more supportive of them. If they didn't remember that they didn't make the match, they can turn it back over if they remember where it is. If you want to build in even more support, you can say once you turn a blue word over, you can leave it over and then you just try to find the yellow word that matches. This helps with word identification. We can use all those rhyme families here. This is a Remember It where they're going to have ways to sort them, three sounds. Now, do I remember is air, like chef, chaos, or chain, and I get to sort it off into the other pile, and my buddy who's working with me has to remember if I put it in the wrong spot, or I can flip those strips over and match it to the white word. So a yellow strip matches a white word, and I'm remembering where they are. If they don't match, I turn them back over. This again is a Remember It, but these are compound words. So each word, pancake, starfish, they get turned over. If they match to make a compound word, the student gets to keep them. You again can build in that support. The first part of the word could be one color paper. The second part of the word could be a different color paper. This is Match It, another routine where we're getting them to think about how the word sounds and what it matches. So I've got long and short A, long and short I, long and short O. And they're going to look at words like bone. So we hear the long O, but shop is going to go over in that short O column. So they're matching it to the vowel sound. This is Unscramble It, and I just took a list of words. In this case, I was looking, if you look, we can see we've got the oi, the owls, crowd, owls. So they've got all of those up above, O-W, O-U, O-I, and O-Y. And then the single letters that are going to be put together to unscramble the letters and make the word on the sheet of paper. It's a nice way to do a match. Letters that are cut up to the letters that are already together. It's a nice visual back and forth to support our students. So let's have some more fun and engaging activities. This is one that the students always love when I put this out. I made a chart. I have a consonant, a space, a consonant. And then I made wands. It's a straw. I cut a star out. I put some ribbons on it, and then I wrote the vowels on the star. Now they go down the paper, and I have the A. Can I put it between the B and G? Yes, bag. Between the P and T? Yes, pat. Tan, cap, far. Let's see. Let's do it with the I. Big, pit, tin. Uh-oh, CIP doesn't make a word. Fir, yeah, that makes a word. So a fir tree, right? So we're going to practice together and have the magic wand come up. I have this up on the board. The students come up with the star. They get to take turns with the magic wands making words. And we all agree whether or not it's a real word that they've made. There are a couple here that won't work. So we want to make sure the students are trying them, sounding across, and making sure they have a real word. When they get a little further along with these rhyme families, it's a wonderful game to play. I give the students a list that have a rhyme family set of words. So here's ack, and they are going to have their partner try to guess what their rhyme is. I've also built in the support if I have students that need images. So ale, I have tail, nail, and male. So I pair them up. The student gets the sheet either with the words or the pictures, and I can mix this. If some students are ready to read words, I can give them those, or if they need the pictures, I can give the other student that. It doesn't matter. They can still play the game together. They each get their list. They're not supposed to show their partner what they have. And they say, this is at the end of a dog and it wags. And they'd say tail. This is something I hit with a hammer. Nail. This is something I send that I put a stamp on and write addresses on. Mail. Can you guess my rhyme, which would be ale? We do the same thing if it's the words. You know, this is not my front, but my back. This is what a duck says, quack. This is what we might put things in from the store, a sack. And can you guess my rhyme? And when they get done, both of them having their turn, they then sit down together and say, okay, can we think of any more ack words? Okay, how about tack? How about black? How about rack? How about thinking of other ale words? There's sail, and so on, so that they then come back to the whole group and share what they have found. I'm really happy to have shared this time with you. I love this photo of my grandson, who is now just driving a car, but he saw the modeling his father did of reading the paper in the morning, and he wanted to be like him. And we are those models as well. If we have fun and we are playing with these words and saying, listen to them, listen across, aren't these so much fun to work with? Our students will pick up on our modeling. And so we're not filling a bucket, we're lighting a fire. Thank you for another fun time together, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation.
Okay, everyone. Let me just get this off.
Okay, I have a couple of follow-up remarks to make about this. Okay.
Thank you, Sam.
Let's
Please go
remember.
ahead.
Okay. Remember David Harrison. Remember word ladders. Okay. So a lot of what works here as games, you can add the word ladders. Okay. So, you know, if you're using the exact program, then you can add the word ladders. The other thing is, for our friends out there who are not teaching in English or teaching in their own language, you know, I don't have a worry about you saying the sounds wrong because you know them. Okay, so all you have to do is adapt and adapt and create. And if I were you, I would adapt and create both uh, word ladders for some and the this kind of a game thing for some. And the final thing here is for the kids, they're learning all these things in a fun way. Okay, it shouldn't be dull. It shouldn't be boring. It shouldn't be fun. Uh, I'll put one more person on your radar, and that is Chase Young. Chase Young is the current editor of the Reading Research Quarterly. Now, if you're the editor of the most prestigious, longest running, that sound good? Most prestigious, long running journal in uh, reading today. Okay, that's who he is. I think you might want to also go to his site that is chock full of all kinds of things. So, and again, that's not an assignment for right now, except for to get them on your computer so you know to look for them. That's an assignment for later. So I'll reiterate my advice that right now you want to focus on getting the job done with what we're doing and all the wonderful things Minda has created for you for the summer, and just getting that done. And don't be afraid to chat GPT. Boy, they didn't have that when I was a boy. Don't be afraid to partner or form groups. Just make sure at least one person's really comfortable with it all. And I promise you, by the end of the summer, you're all going to be comfortable with it all. The final thing is, I don't know the exact number. Is it 15 or 16 or something? There's not that many sounds that you need to know,
Mm.
and so be sure to do that. Um, and once again, the giant thank yous both to Minda and you guys for taking your time out. I mean, we're working on your time today, and you're volunteering it. God bless you. And I can't sing your praises enough on that. And I promise you, people are going to start noticing. Okay, so Minda,
Thank
take it
you,
away.
Sam. Thank you so much, Sam. Yes, that was a fantastic session. And what I love about what Mary Jo is teaching us is that you can, like Sam said now, you can use it in any language. You can use it with a few resources. You don't need a lot of stuff that you have to buy. You can use these with a few pieces of paper. Those of us who work with the whiteboards, the small whiteboards in the class, you can use it with any one of those. If you go through your guide that we've compiled for you, you will see that we did put an adjustment at the bottom of each one of those games to give you a little bit more just creative thinking about what you can do in the classroom. But I know you guys, you teachers are some of the most creative people I've ever met because you have to make a plan to make it work in your class. So, and that's why once again, I want to invite you, share some of those ideas with us. I'm sure some of your colleagues would love to hear the plans that you have made, in your classroom, where you might not have all the resources or all the technology that some of the other guys might have, but you can still achieve great outcomes for your learners. And that's one of the reasons that I love what we are learning currently from Mary
Yeah,
Jo. And
I'll add one
yeah,
other quick thing. Oh,
yeah.
Dr. Sam would also love to see some of these. He really would. I'm going to be working with my own little cadre in the fall at my granddaughter's school. So, man, if you guys got good, quick things to do, I want to see them, please.
That's so special that we can learn from one another. It doesn't matter where you are. So guys, please feel free to share that. Once again, as I said, you can share it on the WhatsApp group, or you can send me a personal WhatsApp if you don't feel that you want to share it on the group. And yeah, let's continue to learn from one another. I think that is so important. I have one very critical announcement to make. Next week, can you guys maybe you can type it, or if you want to say what's happening next week in South Africa on Tuesday? It is? Yes, I'm waiting. It's Youth Day. It's a public holiday, isn't it? So we won't be meeting one another next Tuesday. Next Tuesday session will be on Wednesday at the same time. And I wanted to make sure, I I think we have only two more sessions for this. There's one more on phonics that we are going to listen to Mary Jo. And then we're going to have a couple of other discussions after that. But we have two more sessions for this term, and then it is the holiday, and that's your time to really just go. Yes, it's a public holiday, Molly. So that's your time to just go and spend a little bit more, maybe reading, thinking about ideas, and sharing those. Share it with us all, please. If you're building something nice, take a photo, put it on the group, so we can also learn and use that in our classrooms. I want to make sure that I haven't missed anything. That was you will receive your questionnaire. Some of the teachers have requested that we give a little bit more time for those. So I'm going to allow that. I'm asking you, please work through these materials and send back. If you want to rewatch the video, we'll send you the link again, like we did with the previous ones. But please, guys, see that you catch up, that after the holiday, I think we have two more sessions after the holiday, and then we are done. And then it's just our certification in October of this year. But let's catch up through the holiday. Let's take a little bit of time out and maybe read through the things again. And if you haven't completed those questionnaires, please do so. I've asked our my assistants to remind you of those. So we know you are so busy, you have so many things, and it's here, it's almost exam time, but uh, we are learning so much, and I really want to appreciate what Dr. Sam and the rest of the team is doing. And we want to use this data so that we can inform things that we want to do in the future. Is this really working? Is it helping you? And so please don't forget about your questionnaires. We really want to ask you to complete that for us. Sam, is there anything else that you wanted to say, maybe? I think we're almost at the end of today's session.
Okay. Well, once again, just beyond thank you. This is going to get noticed, folks. It's going to get noticed on both sides of the pond, if I may. It's going to get noticed in the United States and other places. Minda doesn't know this, but there's a group in England that's also using Residency's work, and they don't even know about you yet, and you don't know about them. I'm going to make sure that I'm not going to pile that on you right now, Minda, but during that break time, I will do that. So my guess is that not only are you going to get noticed in South Africa and the United States, you're going to get noticed in the world, and um, any feedback you can give. Hey, Dr. B, if you had just done this or if you had just done that, it would have been even better, because this is the first round, folks. You're the pilot group. So any kind of advice like that. And I just can't say thank you enough to Minda, to you guys for taking out your time. And this is all for the kids. Don't forget that.
Yes.
The kids are so pay attention to them and adjust accordingly. And if you've got adjustments that really, really work for somebody, let us know about those, and then we'll just get that out to everybody. So, wow. Uh, I, I just, in some ways, I can't wait for this to be over. In some ways, I wish it could go on, you know. Uh,
Yes, I
but
agree. I agree.
okay, so and you've got to know that I am Italian in my origins here, and Italians overtalk, so I better shut up. Bye. Well, I'm not
Okay,
saying
thank
bye,
you.
but you know.
No, we are so thankful for you guys as well, Dr. Sam, and dear teachers. I've just placed on our chat group. I placed the link for Dr. Chase Young's website as well. Really, really go and check it out. How wonderful is it that we can learn from one another and become stronger and do things better in our classes. I think that is so very, very special. Okay, so I'm also
Okay,
looking forward.
I'll say.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
go ahead,
One more
Sam.
thing about Dr. Chase's site. Okay, it
Mm.
isn't just information. It's just isn't just informational. It's resource. So he has a system where he lets, and I love for some of the South African um, plays to get there. He has plays by grade. So you can download plays, and where they came from is other classes like you. So I would love sometime to hear from him that, oh gosh, Sam, that we're starting to get some from South Africa too. And for you guys, it's like a horse trade. You get access if you just can't think of something for second grade, blah blah, or you can't think of something for fifth grade. I bet you'll find something that somebody else, that another class just like you created. And uh, I guess when I was doing being in service, one of the things my in-service person said is work smarter, not harder. So
Yes.
this is working smarter. Make use of Dr. Chase that way. Once again, thank you. Okay.
Yeah, great stuff, guys. And so I know we have a budding group of young writers here in South Africa. I was this morning, as I said earlier, I am currently in KwaZulu-Natal visiting schools and teachers in the area here. And this morning they were also talking about how important it is to get the kids to write in the class. And I was almost jumping up and down saying, guys, I've got a few ideas for you. So I as you as our inaugural group of teachers, we are looking forward to receiving some of that feedback and from the creations that comes from the teaching that is happening in your class that your learners will be creating in the future. So Dr. Sam, once again, thank you so much for joining us. I was saying earlier, it's so early in the morning, but we appreciate you being with us. And dear teachers, you'll hear from us in the week. Remember, we are available if you have questions, and have a wonderful rest of the day. Looking forward to seeing you, not next Tuesday, but next Wednesday. Okay. Stay safe, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye. Minda, give me can you give me a call after this is
Yes,
over?
will do. Can do.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.